but I'm going to commit to it. If I'm going to get back into this game, I need a really good guess, so why don't we just go here and hope for the best, shall we? What is going on, guys? It is Zigzag here, and welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Today we are back on the Play Along League. We're on to leg 5 out of 15 today, and let's check out the standings before we get straight into things. So we are number 17 here. We're still rising up, but I think that the biggest move of last week was Ben Keller shooting up into 3rd now with an insane run on last leg. He got every single country correct and smoked the rest of the competition. So, yep, should be interesting to see if this week he can get above Soviet Spy and Snorlax, who were the top 2 leaders of last week as well. And yeah, here is the top 50 as well. So, going to be interesting to see who is going to move up and down this week and see if I can break the top 10. That's really what I'm hoping for. So let's see what today's map is. Today's map is a very northern world, which is a map I created. So I guess this is a little unfair, but I did create it like 6 months ago, and I can't remember all the places I put in there. Just that all of them are very far north in the northern hemisphere here. So okay, so let's check it out. We've got a chair in this one. Yeah, I don't think I have much of an advantage here because I really can't remember the locations that I put, and there's at least 250, so very interested to see how other people go. Seems like we have an American truck here, but the houses might feel more Greenlandic. Not really sure, but that's my 2 thoughts. It's either really far north Canada or Greenland. The houses don't look Nordic enough for it to be like... I mean, I don't think it's going to be Svalbard or something like that. It is Trekker though, so let's think about this. I think Greenland somewhere. With mountains in the backdrop. So we've got mountains to the north, and we've got the ocean kind of southwest here, so that can certainly help. But yeah, wouldn't be surprised if it was one of these towns like this. This one probably doesn't fit, doesn't have the mountains close enough. It has to be fairly mainland. But a lot of these ones, when you scroll into them, you realize that they're not actually towns. Even though they have a dot like they would be a town, there's actually nothing going on there. So, okay, this one at least kind of fits. So we could just be standing over here, given that we have like the ocean to like the southwest, and the mountains close by. I think this one's a decent fit. So let's see if we're correct. And no, this one was up in Canada. I was actually right about it being a Canadian truck, and there you go. This one was indeed way up north. So a couple of people actually getting the right town here. Well done to everyone who did. And yeah, the ocean was a bit more southern and the mountains were a bit taller, so well done there. And wow, what a piece of the middle of nowhere right there. Very, very far north indeed, and we get 100 points only, so not even a good result for us. This one is interesting. Okay, so we have like big orange rock wall here. We're on a boat. We're in like a lake here, rather than, or at least a fjord, rather than the middle of the ocean. This one is making me think perhaps actually just Greenland again, or Svalbard here, one of those two, and maybe somewhere like right inside a place like this. The fact is that this orange rock is quite strange looking for so far north. Normally you get more of like a beige, blackish tone. So this is really interesting. Interesting to see where I actually put this 6 months ago. But yeah, I do think that that is kind of a good shout here. It feels a little bit more southern to me. Could even be down here, to be honest. Yeah, I might change my guess to down in one of these ones, actually. So let's see if I'm right. And no, this was all the way back up in Canada again, and a really nice guess here. This was over here, and yeah, it was very mountainous. And yeah, again, not many people would live up there, I dare say. Only 2 towns that I can see, or 3 towns that I can see on this whole place. Does anyone live here? Yeah, okay, so it's actually got, it's got a co-op store, it's actually got a little bit of infrastructure there. Very interesting indeed. So I'm interested to know if anyone's getting these maps, these rounds in a row. So this one's feeling Russian, with like the red and white and yellow border here. So that's definitely going to be in a Soviet nation, probably Russia here, given that we are far north. So where up in northern Russia on a big roundabout could we be here? We have to pick one of these ones, surely. So in terms of bigger towns, of course, there's Norilsk and there's Yakutsk, but I'm not really sure if this looks like those. It could just be another one of them. Do we see any mountains is another question. I don't think we see any mountains. So I am like thinking like Murmansk, maybe like somewhere along this river we could be. I'm not really sure. Oh, here's a big roundabout. I mean, it could be. I feel like even if I get any insane guess on this map, it's kind of going to be cheapened by the fact that I made the map, so I can't, maybe subconsciously I somehow could remember. But this roundabout actually doesn't quite fit. It has too many exits and whatnot, so I don't think we're there anyway. But it is going to be some town further north in Russia, so let's just give it a go anyway. And, okay, so that's not a bad guess. We are here in Nadim. And, yeah, as I said, it has more exits this roundabout, and it seems like someone's actually gotten the roundabout, so I'm not exactly sure if I believe that, but apparently a bunch of people did actually get it, so, and some people I know who were legit got it, so maybe it is possible. Anyhow, a good round from us, 2,100 points is pretty good for this map, I'd say. And on to the next one. Okay, we have a snowmobile here, with a trekker mounted on the back, and we have not much in terms of clues here. Just the frozen ice and the sun directly to the north. Hey, why is the sun to the north? That makes it feel like it should be in the southern hemisphere. Hold up, is this Antarctica? Did I accidentally put an Antarctica there so that the scores would be better or something? Okay, this is official Google coverage with the sun to the north. Is this actually just going to be Antarctica? I'm scared. Maybe I may have done that just so, like, the way Geoguessr determines the scores for the maps, it has to be, if you have a map where all the locations are in the north, and then you don't have any in the south, then the scores become really low, so I may have put one just in Antarctica as a troll location here. That is possible, although I literally have no memory of doing such a thing. So if I did that, I don't know, so maybe I will just, I don't know where the coverage, there's a bit of coverage over here, a bit of coverage down here. Maybe we are just somewhere over here, so let's see. No, so the sun was, I mean, this is where I would have guessed anyway, but the compass was somehow wrong here. Anyhow, that was, like, in a place that would be frozen during the winter, I guess, so, am I crazy? If the sun is to the north, the location should be in the southern hemisphere, but, yeah, I've just, 5D mind gamed myself, and, I've lost a lot of points because of it. Anyhow, we have some official coverage here, with mountains in the back, like brown dirt, so thinking that this one could be like around Yakutsk possibly. It gets a bit, I mean, it is pretty flat out there though, so maybe not. Otherwise, Norilsk, yeah, Norilsk area. This one should be around here, I think. Oh no, also could be Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky area. I actually think that's most likely here, because the mountains are snow-capped, and often you will see that out there. It also kind of reminds me of Sakhalin as well, so yeah, I think I will go here. Is Sakhalin mountainous enough? No, I think Sakhalin's probably a little bit too flat for that. It's also possible, but yeah, I'm going to go somewhere, I think the coverage kind of goes up to here, so I'll go here. And, okay, so, it was actually outside of Magadan there, which is another city that randomly has coverage for some reason. But we end up with a grand total of 3,000 points. Just the two Russia guesses saving us a few points there, because everything else was rather bad. So let's see if anyone actually managed some good scores here, and how good they were. Okay, so here we go. Lonely Pup may actually have been playing legit, considering that he has missed out on the top, and missed out on round 5 there. So let's see all the top 15 and see how they've done. Okay, so yeah, that's going to be the top 15. Let's see actually where we ended up. We were in 28, but the people who got good points here are really going to streak ahead, I think is the big takeaway in the league. And a lot of people, I'm sorry everyone, I'm sorry for making the map this hard, but a lot of people not getting any of these rounds correct. And this is actually one of the most competitive bottom of the table rounds I've ever seen. We have 2, 5, 3, 8, 9, 20, 27, 30s. Yeah. That was tough. So, congrats to everyone who, I'll say congrats if you got above 1,000 points, because half of the people in this map did not even get 1,000 points. That's actually more than half did not even get 1,000 points. That's pretty crazy. Let's check out me in number 28 and the tops. So, this is a real mess. I don't know even I wish we could select round 1, round 2, round 3, because this is a real mess. I think we're going to have to just do the top 10 here, or just do the top, let's say the top 5 actually, because otherwise it's going to be too hard to read. Okay, so as for this one, the top guys all getting in the right place in Canada here, or like relatively, just Snorlax missing out on that one, and of course I went Greenland for that one, a bit of a bad guess. Me and Len went Greenland for this one, and it was on this fjord, which only one person got correct. So that was really the game changer. Round 1 was the one where Lonely Pup managed to win it, basically. Pardon me. Round 2 brought us to, was it this one? This might have been round 3, right? Yeah, this is round 3 on the Roundabout, and 3 people actually managed to get it correct. Is pretty impressive. Would have taken some real scanning skills. Me and Snorlax both went over here, and yeah, there was even a guess over here. So actually relatively impressively closely spread here with them. That was my only good guess for the one. And actually a number of people getting Muggadon here. 3 people on the right road. Very impressive. I didn't actually know that there was any rural coverage there. But I suppose given the landscape and everything, it actually kind of made sense. But we got decent points there, and there was one so Lonely Pup actually went up near Murmansk and got bitten because of that. As for this Antarctica one, I mean, you guys can tell me if there was anything like wrong with me there. If I really, I mean, I would have guessed exactly here. I would have actually put my marker right here, but somehow the jet ski and the sun position fooled me, and yeah, it's unfortunate because I really could have been, if I had gotten that, I think I would have been, you know, somewhere about 8,000 points or something like that, so would have been top 10 there had I done that, but that's okay, and that's just the way things go, huh? So let me check my phone real quick. Yeah, let us move on to the NMPZ one. Remember, links in the description, you can always play along, and there'll be the link for next week's in the description as well. It's 1 minute per round, diverse world. Let's get straight into things and see what Geoguessr has for us today. This one is feeling northern. It's feeling quite northern here. I think, I'm just looking at this language, determining whether it's Sweden or Finland. It says Sutinen. I think that sounds more Finnish to me. The fact that the trees are really thin makes me think more northern, but at the same time, it is Generation 3, and a lot of the stuff up north is now Generation 2, so maybe just here is a good hedge for Finland, I think. Let's see. And yeah, that's actually not too far away, so I'm glad I didn't go super far north. Seems like a bunch of people got pretty close there, so yeah, not a bad effort. Next round, this one is the US. I think it's going to be the US rather than Canada, but the question of where is tough. Kind of reminds me of like West Virginia or something like that. Alternatively, it could actually be West Coast here. It's possible. It's a bit hilly, like a log cabin and everything. I think it's going to be something like West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, South Carolina, Virginia, something like that. Wouldn't even be surprised if we were, yeah, just somewhere in the middle of it all here. Could even be further west as well, I do consider, but I wouldn't go there. See, okay, this was in Nova Scotia. Wow. I mean, the log cabin kind of makes sense, but it definitely feels a lot further south to me. And there you go. No one actually getting quite close enough, but impressive that someone actually did get Nova Scotia. Seems like, yeah, a bunch of people actually did manage to get it, so very impressive. Pleased with you guys. Much better than my guess. Next one is Russia. And it's very rural. Kind of reminds me of Sakhalin. Kind of reminds me of, yeah, it actually does kind of remind me of Sakhalin with this, we've got like the birch trees. We've kind of got like a more of an Asian looking vegetation scenery. It also kind of has like that dirt color that you might get up here a little bit. But I'm going to commit to it. If I'm going to get back into this game, I need a really good guess. So why don't we just go here and hope for the best, shall we? And yeah, baby. Okay, so it seems like my guess may have actually been the best there. It seems like the 3.9k is actually coming in clutch. And of course we were on the mainland there, but perfect latitude placement. And I'm very pleased. And this person has just guessed out in the middle of mountains. So kind of a curious guess. Maybe they were just playing quickly, or maybe they're not quite legit, but that's okay. Moving on to the next round, second last round here. We have white middle lines with a yellow line as well. So definitely considering that that Philippines is quite likely here. And if it is Philippines, maybe further north. It doesn't feel super tropical. That's my kind of thought here. I don't think there's other countries where you really would get this combination, unless it's like an oddball Sri Lanka or something like that. I don't think we are. I mean, if I go out of full screen here, yeah, it's a bit of English, so I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Hopefully it's not a really bad guess. I'll just go up here, because it kind of looks unfamiliar, so I'm just thinking of guessing somewhere a little bit odd. And, okay, yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't feel super tropical, and that's why we are as far north in Philippines as you like. Basically, as far north as it goes. And, yeah, it seems like a bunch of people did a bit better than me, but that's okay. As for the last round here, it's feeling like Montenegrin. I think a lot of the time in Montenegro they use the solid white. So yeah, and also the road quality is pretty good. So that's something I'm definitely putting at the top of my list here. Again, it actually might be worth going out of full screen just to see if we can see a rift. We can't. So for that reason, I'm just going to slam it into Montenegro here. Does it feel coastal? Yeah, it feels fairly coastal. I'm just going to go in this mountain pass here. And it's actually east to west, but yeah, we're super close, 45 kilometers away. So let us see the summary, 18,900. Doesn't actually go to the league, but it's good fun anyway. You should definitely join in if you haven't already. And we end up with 7th, so I'm happy with that, definitely happy with that. Just the, what was it, just the round 2 that really screwed us up. If we had have done a better guess there, as most people did, then we would have been right in with a shot of being up the top there. So that's okay. Let's check out the top 15 and then check out everyone else who played as well. So we actually had more than 50 today and 68. So thank you to all the 68 people who played. 2,900. You'll get there, Patrick McGee. I trust you, man. Next time, it's going to be better. But let's check out how everyone did on these rounds. So, Finland, everyone obviously got. The language on the sign definitely seemed more Finnish, but no one actually got super close. Now, it's quite interesting how no one nailed it. As for the Russia, this is where I pulled ahead of everyone with a good Asian Russia guess here. I was the only person to guess on Sakhalin, but you know, it was a lot better than these guesses, that's for sure. In fact, I was the closest there, so pretty pleased. That doesn't normally happen on my leagues. As for the Philippines, yeah, everyone getting Philippines, obviously, but only some people up on the Manila section of the country. I mean, technically I was on the same island here, but very far away nevertheless, only 3,500 points. As for the Montenegro, it was a fairly simple one. Seems like most people got it. There was a couple of Serbian guesses, North Macedonia, Bulgaria, even a Greece, but most people getting Montenegro. As for the Nova Scotia one, I really dropped the ball there. It was the Virginia guesses that let us down. Everyone in this section actually got decent points, and that's where we needed to be if we were going to be at the top. Well, even still, even with a good guess there, we probably wouldn't have. We would have been like 3rd, 4th kind of region. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. It was always fun to play along. And yes, I will see you guys in a video very soon. Catch you later.